All right, Maricopa, we're here tonight with Julia Gusse. Julia, welcome.
Thank you.
We're here talking, I guess, about your recent re-election after a short hiatus back to the City Council.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about why do you think it was time for you to run for City Council again?
I did take a 2-year break, and in those 2 years I was working on one of my other passions. It's our local veterans. And I also started working for Arizona State University under their Veteran Upward Bound program. So I've been working with my other passion for the last 2 years, and I decided that I wanted to get back into City Council. We see the city growing, and I want to make sure I want to be part of that growth.
How would you describe your last term on council?
It was, I'd say it was challenging. I came on to council as a previous employee of the city. And, I think being a growing city and a new city, you're going to have that kind of growing pains. And, all of us on city council come from all over the United States. But I think for the most part, we got through it, we survived it, and we're here now.
What do you think most needs to change about Maricopa, if anything?
I think we're still experiencing those growing pains. And if I could tell our residents that come to me and tell me, we need a Home Depot or we need this, we need that, it'll come. You just have to have patience. Just like any other community, we're still growing and it will come.
Did you feel any sort of anticipation or excitement getting sworn in?
Oh, that was, that evening was very, very exciting. To see 3 women on city council the first time since the inception of the city, that was fantastic. Also to see a Latina on city council, which is also, I thought we needed that representation, so I represent the Latino community. I also represent the veteran community, and I understand what's going on with the community.
What responsibilities for veterans do you think that the city has, and what would you kind of propose to address those issues?
City of Maricopa is very unique in the sense that we do have a large population of veterans. So, in my opinion, this is a population that has been overlooked and has been overlooked for too long. About 3 years ago, when I first started talking about our veterans here locally, there was an option of having a VA hospital clinic being built, a brand new one. That one went to Gilbert. So I'm not saying that if I would have been on council, it would have come here, but my goal is to make sure that we get something like that for our vets here.
What do you think are going to be some other big challenges within your next term, but things that you're really hopeful you can change?
I think the biggest challenge for all of us on City Council, and Mayor included, is the overpass. It's going to be a huge overtaking here, what we're doing. You can't be a little pregnant. Either you are or you're not. So we are pregnant. We are going to be building this whether we want it or not. So we will have some financial stake in this, and we need to make sure that we're wise and we keep a close eye on it, because this could be devastating for the city if it goes over. And I think one of the challenging things, and it's always been there, it's always been in the back of our minds, especially in economic development, is the fact that we have a large area of land, but it's all in the floodplain. So I think my biggest challenge is to make sure we get back to the drawing boards with FEMA, make sure we're having those conversations so that they can be viable, so that they can come in commercial, residential, whatever it is that we want for those areas. So that's one of the biggest challenges Maricopa has always had.
I mean, that comes with a little bit of a sacrifice, though. I mean, putting something in what could be a potential floodplain could be dangerous for the business or for the residents that move there, correct?
Exactly, but I think we've done a great job as far as the city mediating those issues. For example, when we were developing Copper Sky, we wanted to make sure we had some solutions there. I don't know if you've ever noticed that the dog park and some of the soccer fields are lower in elevation. Well, this was some of the solutions that we brought in. So we made sure as a city that we were conscious about it and making sure we were taking care of those issues. But we still have a lot of growth and we still have a lot of land that needs to be developed.
Just before you came into office, the City Council made a pretty big change, or what I would consider a pretty big change. They gave themselves some raises. But what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the first time I was elected, I actually got a pay decrease. That was also a time when it was well needed. The community had layoffs, the city had layoffs. I was one of the persons laid off. So it was right. It was the right thing to do at the time. This time around, I wish they would have sent it to committee and they would have had more input from the community. But it is what it is. And even Councilmember Kimball, who had no stake in the game because he was no longer going to be on council, he actually agreed to the pay raise because he felt that it was something that was needed.
So aside from the increased salary, what else are you looking forward to in your new term?
I'm looking forward to making sure that we're getting our veterans the services they earned and they deserve. So that's one of the biggest challenges that I see here in Maricopa. We have no resources for our local veterans. One of the other things too is I've had a large amount of Latino community members, really excited to see Latino representation back on City Council. So for all Latinos, me da mucho orgullo estar aquí con ustedes y también representar la gente latina de esta comunidad.
Well, gracias a Julia Gusse.
Gusse.
Gussie. Said that wrong the first time, I'm pretty sure. But that's going to be it for us tonight with InMaricopa Spotlight. Again, I'm Mason Callejas, and this is Julia Gusse.
Gusse, thank you.
Thank you.